just a ride, me and Scully. Oh, hold on. There we go. With the mistress.
I can't go anywhere without you or the mistress, so.
We were traveling around here in Allegheny National Forest to find a CCC camp from the 1930s and 40s. We did find it, but it is now a
boys forestry camp
through the forest.
The National Forest Service, or at least the ones around here, took over the property from the original. Well, originally it was the federal government, the Civilian Conservation Corps. Then it was sold off to somebody else, and now it was taken over by the Forest Service, and they use it for like a summer camp for kids to learn forestry skills and stuff. It's kind of neat. Don't want to go down there.
So as I walk down and show you what you can see from the road, I want to let you know that this was a suggestion from a person who watches my YouTube page. She's a very wonderful person. She just went through surgery on her back, and she suggested that we come check out this CCC camp. The last time she was here was Y2K, and it was abandoned at that time. Now it has been bought, and I don't know if you can see it down through there, but there are still some of the old buildings that were down there, and it's not showing up in my camera. You guys might a little better, but I'm going to try to get away from this big tree and get right where that path is, kind of. I don't want to go down there because it is now a camp for learning forestry. So, and there are people there, but there are tons of buildings down there. There's horses down there too. I heard them. There's still a lot of buildings and probably some more buildings that aren't down there. We don't want to go down on the road that she suggested we go on. There was a covered bridge on it in 2000, but I'm assuming it's probably gone or rebuilt in a different way. And the road that gets to it is down there, and it is not a road for street legal motorcycles, ATVs, that kind of stuff. Yes, I'll walk down towards it. It's absolutely beautiful here, though. I mean, gorgeous old trees. Just a very beautiful creek down there, wandering through the woods. And then you come to some just different kind of stuff, and it does look like there might be a bridge down there. I highly doubt you're going to see it through the trees, but I might be able to and here comes a car. Let's get off the road. It's a creek down there and a dirt road going in and a turnaround, but this is all very loose gravel, and I'm not good with loose gravel, so I don't plan on going down there. But you can see the creek, and you can see a little hut back there. Some paths for walking. and somebody coming up the dirt road here. So I'm going to stop videoing. So still at the road on the side of the CCC camp, it is now stables. We just spoke to somebody who has a camp down there and has been down there. You can go around it, but it still, in his opinion, there is really no way to get down there with a motorcycle unless you're on an ATV or a off-road motorcycle. And
Yeah, the mistress is not going down a really bad gravel road. Just not going to do it.
And down a hill.
Rocks.
And I'm really nervous with it. So you can blame it all on me, but what we're thinking about doing, and if you want to leave me a message in the comments, taking my car or the truck and the cage and going down and going around it, because there you can go around it. It's right up to it. You can take pictures, you can walk around it. I don't know about inside of the complex because it is housed by it's horses. So, and people down there taking care of them. So, I'm thinking they probably don't want us on the property, but there is a road that goes the whole way around that you can see the property, take pictures of it and video it. They don't mind that. And, we'll see. The covered bridge is gone. There's a walking bridge that's covered down there, but it is not one that you can drive over. And he does believe that was washed out a few years back during one of the big storms. Do you have anything else that I don't know?
That's with the fail. Couldn't get the bike down there.
I'm sorry, but
I can't do it.
that's not a fail in my opinion. We
No.
still had a beautiful ride. We still saw some great scenery. And no, we can't get down there, but at the same time,
well, we'll try to get down with the truck.
It was a ride. It was a beautiful ride. And, here's the thing. We do these videos so that people will want to go someplace. And maybe somebody who's not on a motorcycle may want to try this road and see the scenery that's on it, or go down towards that CCC camp. We'll explain more about the CCC camp and what exactly that is. And I do hope that everybody who watches any videos and stuff will look up for themselves the stuff and histories of places that we have gone or things that we see. I don't expect anybody just to follow us blindly around like,
I don't follow anybody else. I don't follow other people around blindly, and I definitely wouldn't expect somebody to do the same thing.
Well, if you want to be totally honest, we followed Tia around blindly.
Half blind.
That's true.
At least I got a general idea where the place was.
Yes, and it was a great.
It wasn't easy to do because you can't Google this place.
It's very hard to Google.
You can get the road.
There are so many CCC camps in Pennsylvania and around the United States that as soon as you try putting that in, it took us talking to Miss Tia a few times, and she gave us some roads to look on to find it.
Yeah.
And then we looked it up by the roads.
Yeah.
Not by the camp.
And even the road in the camp is not it's not on Google because it's a
private road, off-season road.
It's almost like an ATV road. It is a road, but you're only going to see it on a map of the Allegheny National Forest. So you'd have to go to where the rangers are. Go to where the rangers are and maybe get a map of all the roads that are marked. I think it's AN 131. ANF. Allegheny National Forest 131. That's the road that's that gravelly dirt road, rocky road there. That I think you got some pictures of it, didn't you?
Yes.
The road, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Now, can I ask you a question?
131.
Following a friend or or even another subscriber or something like that, was it still a fun ride?
Oh yeah,
Was it something that you would do again?
absolutely.
I mean, we always look up what we're going to do before we do it, just so that we
Yeah.
have some idea of what we're
Yeah, I
doing.
can't go completely blind. I don't know where I'm going half the time in this state.
And Google always does some fun stuff
Oh,
with us
yeah, always
because we
says
can
we-
never stay, you know, oh, we turned off on a gas station and then all of a sudden we get back on and Google takes us down Racetrack Road 1,500 times.
Yeah, on and off the same road 4 or 5 times. Yeah.
Get off the highway and go to a gas station, and instead of Google taking us back onto the highway, they take us off onto some roads that one night.
That when you were coming back from New York, I got off the highway to get gas, and they said, "Oh, just go down this road and
make a right or a
make
left,
right
or
and a
I don't
left or
remember.
whatever." And I'm going down there, and it's like 20 some odd miles later.
And racetrack or race?
Wasn't not racetrack, right?
Oh.
This was I ran by myself? I think it was the time I went to New York on the bike by myself.
Oh yeah, and you're like, I don't know where the hell I am.
Yeah, I don't know where I am. I got a tire
Google
going
apparently
flat.
knows where I am, but
I'm stopping every gas stop and whatever to put air in my tire because it was going flat on me.
How about last year when we were going to New York and we had to get off to get gas in this little town, and it brought us down some dirt roads, back roads,
Yeah,
and oh my God,
Turkey Hill gas station.
Yes, and a gas station called Turkey Hill. Yeah, we won't go there again. It was not a good place to get gas. The town was absolutely beautiful, but apparently they have to have the cheapest gas possible because they have to pay so much for their houses.
Oh, gorgeous houses. But that was the time it took us down, like, in the middle of the night, down a gravel hill, down these gravel roads and stuff. And I'm like, holy crap, I normally do the highway everywhere we go. Why is this guy's going on a dirt road in the middle of the night? And I'm thinking deer flying out in front of me. And
it was windy, twisty, and oh my Lord, it was not a fun
it was
night.
not a fun ride.
But it brought us out right at the hotel we wanted to be at. I mean, right at the hotel.
To the front door.
I mean, like, stoplight, and across the street was the hotel. But when we left the highway, we had like, what, 50 some miles left to go?
All I can say is, Google, you're evil.
And it doesn't give you the option, which I would love if Google did this, but it doesn't give you the option to stay on
paved roads. Yeah, the option
it doesn't tell you you're even going on a paved road when you first get onto it, like the one we went on the last time. It was paved for about half a mile. So you're riding down this road thinking, okay, this isn't that bad. They're just taking us through a shortcut. And then all of a sudden you hit this hill and it's all dirt and rock. And I'm going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It's getting dark. There's trees, there's rocks, there's people, there's trucks, there's cars. Oh my God, I'm going to die. Is that about what I sounded like?
Just about.
I don't think I was that bad. I think I did pretty damn good considering.
I was the one whose butt was suction cupping itself to my seat.
Trust me, mine was doing the same damn thing.
Like, holy crap. Google, what are you doing to me? You're trying to give me a heart attack.
So Google needs to put in a little section where you can say, okay, I don't want to take toll roads. I don't want to go across dirt roads, and I don't want to do ferries. Thank you. Okay.
No water crossings, please.
Well, water crossings I don't have a problem with as long as
water crossings like water across the road.
Oh, yeah. Well, that doesn't always show up even to Google. Okay. We'll talk to you guys a little later on and see what you guys finish this out.
Well, we're going to have a little quick history on the Civilian Conservation Corps camps. There was a lot of them in the 1930s. They started doing these camps to give people jobs. It was a part of that New Deal that FDR was doing. It put people who are out of work
Or just starting to work.
or just trying to get into work or just trying to survive a way of making some money. And what they did is they came out to an area that was going to need to be reforested or build bridges or roads or a lot of different things that they had going on. So they would come to an area, they would clear it and build barracks for all intents and purposes. They were just like a military barrack. And people would come here and work for 3-4 months and be able to go home and then come back or go to a different camp. Some of the bigger projects were roads kind of like the ones that we're on now. The reforesting of the Allegheny. What's that?
The road that we're on now?
Yeah. These roads were actually built by the Civilian Conservation Corps. I mean, they've been paved over the years.
Now re-say that again. They've been what?
It's paved now, but they may not have been paved back then. They would have been just an oiled gravel road, which this isn't too far from. Ride it sometime, you'll see what I mean.
It was a fun ride.
It was fun.
It was beautiful.
But they would come out to an area like this and start replanting trees because this was heavily logged in the past. So to help recreate the national forest, a lot of this is new growth. The old growth stuff is in another section that's
we've gone through before.
Excuse me.
And we'll go through again just so we can have better video of it.
The reason why this was interesting to me was because my father did this before the war. He didn't know what the heck to do. He needed work. He was a young man. And he came out here and did this sort of stuff.
Not exactly here. Probably more in New York.
Yeah, it was more in New York. Like, for example, the county that we live in now, Clarion County, Pennsylvania, had 7 of these camps right in that small county.
Can I jump in for a second?
Sure.
Pennsylvania was chosen because it was set up for these kind of camps already in some of the areas of the Allegheny forest.
Yeah, absolutely correct, yeah. It was already set up. They needed the work done. They also built dams, bridges, all sorts of infrastructure that needed to be done, and reforesting was a big part of it. So,
and these were all federal programs.
This was all paid by the federal government. Sometimes I think we need something like that now and again, especially with all the homeless people. It would give them some sort of place to stay, live, and work. But that's a different subject. I don't want to get into politics, but this was a political thing in its day. This was the New Deal. This was, we're gonna put America back to work after the Great Depression. And it worked. Some people would say it cost too much, and we're still paying for it to this day, but I really don't think that's exactly true. That's my personal opinion. I don't think it's exactly true that we're paying for it today, but we do reap the benefits.
I think it's better than giving people social services.
Well, yeah, they didn't have, so this Social Security started at that time also.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was for old people who could no longer work.
Right. That was to give people their retirement, at least something to survive on, if they didn't work for a company that had a retirement plan.
Or were farmers
or farmers and
unable to work
workers,
anymore.
People like me who didn't have a retirement plan because the company they worked for went belly up and everything else went up with it, all that silliness. So You know, places like this were a way to get people back to work. And that, you know, like I said, I think we need to do something like that today. But that's just a little quick history. There's a whole lot more involved. You can go online, just Google Civilian Conservation Corps
Or
and-
CCC camps.
or CCC camps, and you'll get a wealth of information. It'll tell you pretty much where they were, what part of the country they were in, how many there were, which states, you know.
And what they were used for after the CCC
Yeah.
kind of,
A lot of them
after
just,
the war started, they were actually used as POW camps.
some of them were used as
for
POW
Germans
camps.
and
Actually, the one in Clarion was used as a POW camp for a while. It housed Italian, and it was Italians and Germans, or
I don't
I can't remember exactly. They
Well,
didn't do the Japanese there, but they did enter Italians and I believe Germans in those camps for at least for a little while. And
then they did go back to being just conservation camps after the war.
some of them were bought up and turned into summer camps or boys camps, or I think some in the the Catskill area. It's part of your Jewish Alps. Have you ever seen some of the camps that the Hasidic people will go and spend a summer, you know, a couple of weeks during the summer? It looks exactly the same. It's just barracks. So, just a little history.
After a great ride, an awesome meal, and it's a little Italian restaurant called Bettina's, Bettina. Excellent food, and they have calzones and cannolis, and the cannolis are fresh and wonderful and yummy. And let me ask Scully how he liked his fish.
It was the best.
Hold on, wait a second. There we go. Zoom back out.
It was the best fish fry I've ever had. It beat even the stuff I used to get in New York. It's amazing.
So
If you're on your way through this area on Route 66,
Marienville,
stop in. You will not regret it.
I agree with that statement wholeheartedly.